Hello, my name is Emily Pace. I'm currently a senior at Biola University. I'll be graduating this May actually with a bachelor's degree in business administration as well as a double minor in biblical studies and Christian ministries. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my views about myself as well as my views of God and others. So I was actually born and raised in Vancouver, Washington. I grew up in a non-Christian home, so I didn't actually come to know the Lord until my freshman year of high school. So my friend actually just invited me to come to youth group with her. I'd never been to anything like that. I wasn't opposed to it. I just had never been asked. So she asked, and I went, and I ended up surrendering my life to the Lord that night. So I think that experience, my background, as well as my family growing up in a non-Christian home, has definitely shaped both the way I think about myself and the way I think about God. So one of the questions I wanted to answer is, how would you describe yourself in 3 words? First, I would say introverted. I very much like my alone time and my space. But also on the flip side of that, loving. I really love people and I care about people. And then the third would be self-motivated. I really like to work alone, as well as with people, but mostly alone, just planning my own things and doing my own things. I like to do that. I also care deeply about honesty, transparency, and seeing people come to know the Lord. So those are some things that I'm super passionate about and would love to incorporate in my work if possible. One of my biggest strengths, I would say, is listening. I think listening to others is one of the best ways to show them that you care and love about them. And I really just genuinely love hearing people's stories and listening intently to those around me. So that's something that I really enjoy. One of my biggest weaknesses, I would say, is probably a lack of patience. I've definitely been challenged with that throughout my college years, to just strengthen that weakness within myself. As far as my views on God, I think the biggest number one word I would use to describe him is loving. This is probably why I hold such a strong value for loving, and think of it as such a high responsibility and privilege in my own life. I've always admired the way that God loves us unconditionally, and knowing how God loves us just empowers me to love others as well as myself better, loving myself better. While I'm not entirely sure what God is calling me to in this season as far as a career, I certainly know it will be something where I can love on people and serve others with the unique gifts that He's given me. So I'm excited about that. I would also say that my relationship with God is at its best when I am constantly engaged with Him. I find my relationship with Him lacking when I just carve out 10-15 minutes each day to pray or read my Bible. While I see these things as immensely valuable, I also just feel more connected when I'm constantly in conversation with Him and involving Him in my everyday life. So those are some thoughts on how I view myself and how I view God. Thank you.